Chinyere. I may not pronounce it well because I'm learning how to pronounce it. Chinyere is well known in the community. She have 40 years in practicing centuries of ancient and oral tradition. She connect people culturally and communities to come together and inner growth. Um, she have her festival for many years and so much more. So I guess I will allow her to speak of the accolades because it's a lot because she have been very busy in the community, putting the work in and getting our people up to scratch with what they should know or what they should do in order to keep our ancestors' tradition alive. So, Djeli Chinyere, the floor is yours.
The floor is mine. Yo, yo, yo. Great uprising. It's a pleasure and an honor to be here. I give thanks and praises to Chineke, divine womb of creation, and all the ancestral spirits that follow, surround, and protect me. The Alushi, the Agbara, my spirit family, my Ezumezu, the all of me. I give thanks. I give thanks for my physical family, community, and friends. I give thanks for the vision of doing what I do. I rise to the challenge and I learn along the way and I affirm that I take people with me and people take me with them. So yeah, thank you very much, Shango, for inviting me onto this platform to be interviewed by you. Thank you very much. It's an honor.
Yes, Sister Chinyere, the last time we had a nice time was at the International Black Carpet Awards for Putah, where you did a
Mm,
phenomenal job, where you did what you did, and the memory still floating all around everybody that was there. So again, welcome, and then
thank you.
we will start the interview. So, Sister Chinyere, where are you now? Because I could see darkness, I could see like you in somewhere very like suspense. Where are you now, Sister Chinyere?
Yeah, let me just first of all apologize for being in the dark because I just thought it was an audio interview, but I'm actually in the middle of an African bush. I'm living in a 5 meter bell tent. Yeah, I have a bed, a double bed. I have a table, chairs. I have my altar. I have a rug. I have all the things. I have a basket full of natural, organic cosmetics that keeps away the things that like to bite and bring disease. I have all of those things. I have a power pack. That's why I'm able to communicate with you, and I have data because I have a Ghana number, and so I'm able to stay in touch with those people, family and friends that I have left behind in England. So yeah, that's where I am, and I don't know if you can hear. This is the night sounds, and they're actually very tame at the moment. There's a time of the night where they get very, very loud. It's like an orchestra. It's quite amazing, actually. And when I first found myself here alone last year, it was not by design. It was by default. I was like, whoa. But now I feel like me and that night sounds, we have a relationship because at the end of the sounds are animals. And there's so many different animals, you've got the butterflies, you've got the night flies. I think I hear hyenas and monkeys.
Oh my God.
There are antelopes up in the hills, but I don't know if I hear them. There are birds, see, there's another sound that's just arrived. All kinds of amazing sounds here. And when I first came, of course, my knees were knocking, my teeth were chattering. But now, and I was like, "Man, I need somebody to come and be here." Now I'm really enjoying my time here.
Cool. So, are you planning? Have you moved across to the continent, to the motherland, or you just moving back and forth between England and the motherland?
I'm moving. So it's a step by step process. I bought some
Mm,
land because I want to build a storytelling village. This is something that I've wanted to do
mm-hmm,
for the last 17 years, and that's why I started the In There Argyle Storytelling Festival in England,
mm,
just to encourage and inspire melanin rich people in the diaspora to hang out outside, to go camping, to connect with natural environment, to discover unknown mysteries of the great outdoors, to step out of our comfort zone and step into a vibe, open ourselves up to ancestral voices and spiritual connections. And that happens best when we're surrounded by nature. And so I wanted to do that to encourage us just to be outside and get that healing, because I know I've got a lot of healing from being out in nature. It strengthened me, strengthened my mind, my body, my spirit. Sometimes even the young Africans, I'll give them a run for their money. And Africa Strong is so different to, as melanin rich people, were strong, yeah. But Africa Strong is very different to melanin rich European strong. But I still managed to work with them, work alongside them, keep them in strap. Madame, 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 you're very strong, Madame. They're always so surprised. They're surprised that I can make a fire and I can cook on the fire. Yeah,
mm,
so what I bought this land, it's 20 acres. The idea is to create a campsite and a glamp site. Well, a glamp site more than a campsite, with 5 meter bell tents, as well as with self build natural builds. And then I have got plots. I've got 12 plots that I'm selling to people who want to come and make community on the motherland and build and live close to nature, grow our own food. I haven't been to market for about 2 weeks because somebody I got plantain from the land, yam from the land, palm nuts from the land, papaya, what else I've been in? Beans. I've got loads of beans, cassava. I've got lots of food that's just come from the land, and I've just been trying to eat it before it goes off. It's been great.
mm. But that sounds like
Mm.
that reminds me of a story in the Bible, the Garden of Eden. It reminds me. It sounds like the Garden of Eden.
Mm. So that's what I'm doing here, but it's a transitional thing.
Oh,
So
good.
I'm here, then I'm there for a bit because I want to do the In There Argyle Storytelling Festival. I really enjoy that festival, and I really enjoy interacting with my peeps in that environment, an exclusively melanin rich environment in
Mm,
Britain. So I really enjoy that, where you got storytelling and music and dance and just being together, the children, the young people, the elders, the adults. It's just, oh, round the fire under the stars. It's beautiful, absolutely
mm,
beautiful. I did try to stop it, but I was told I'm not allowed to, so I'm continuing. So at the moment, the aim is to do 3 months in England and 9 months here in Ghana.
in Ghana.
And
Oh,
in the 9 months that I'm here, to run natural build natural build courses, so my people can learn to do natural builds from somebody who looks like them, because the Caucasian community seems to be running the whole something. So I've gone out and I've learned and recaptured and regained that knowledge to share in our community. So build natural builds using clay, stones, sand, straw. I did it in Kenya and it was such a beautiful experience. And I want this storytelling village to be made from natural materials as much as is possible. We've got trees that have been planted specifically for building, we've got trees that have been planted for firewood, we've got palm trees that give you food, so much. Palm trees, they give you palm fiber that you can use to light your fire. They give you palm nut, they give you palm
Oil.
wine, they give you palm oil. They
Wow.
from the one tree,
From the one tree, my goodness.
from the one
Boy.
tree.
For somebody that decide that want to move over to be where you are, what what kind of mindset do they have to have, and what advice will you give to them to encourage them if they want to move over to the motherland and to be in the environment like where you are?
The first thing I would say is that take the time to transition. I think it's really important to take the time to transition. I would say that land, whether you lease it or own it or buy it or rent it will always hold value. And at the moment, we're talking a lot about generational wealth. Land. Land is it. There's nothing else really for me. Land. Buy land. In the land, you grow your food. On the land, you can get your materials to build your house. On the land, you can grow cotton and make your own clothes. The land has everything that you need. And then you might need a couple of quid here and there for unnecessary expenses that just bring you joy. But the land is the best thing you can ever invest in. So I would say that's a really important frame of mind to come here with. Also, come here with the idea of being able to cultivate the land in a in an eco-friendly way, in a way that our ancestors would be proud, in a way that feeds Mother Earth, in a way that our great 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 grandchildren can appreciate love. So it's not just let's see what I can take from the land right now and make lots and lots of money, but actually how can I cultivate this land so that my future generations will benefit from the land because she gives so much. So we don't really need to do too much aggressive, violent taking of the land. But I think it's really important to be connected to the land, learn how to grow, learn how to build, learn how to just be in the space, learn to listen to the sounds of nature. It's very, very powerfully healing. I would say that's a really important frame of mind. I would say what's really important is to let go of, because what I found is that when we're in England, we complain. We complain about the rain, we complain about the cold, we complain about Babylon, we complain about oppression, we complain about Caucasian people, we complain. Then we come to the motherland and we complain that it's not the same as England. And it's crazy, but that's exactly what happens. That's exactly what we do. And I would say you have to start to let go of. I feel like we've got comfortable with some of our discomforts. Yeah, and we have
Mm,
to let go of the discomfort and become comfortable with things that are actually good with us, but frighten us. You know, like the dark. The dark is something that people are afraid of. And the sounds. And then you got little things that, once they get used to you, they leave you alone. Like when I first came to this land, there were these flies would just be buzzing in my ears the whole time. driving me crazy. That, and I remember coming here with my friend Sarah, uh, maybe 6 months or so ago, and they were really bothering her. And that's when I realized they don't bother me anymore. I'm not here. And if they do come around, I say to them, look, I'm closed for business. Oh, yeah. And they leave me alone.
That's
So I would
crazy.
say, let go and really open your mind, your heart, your spirit to having another experience, to actually embracing something. You have to step out of your comfort zone, and you have to be prepared to be nervous and even frightened and get over it, because most of our fears are based on fairy tales that we heard as a child or movies that we watched, but they're not actually based on something tangible. You know, the thing that kills most people is car accidents. Does it stop us from getting into a car? No, it
Hmm.
doesn't.
No.
The nights doesn't kill anybody, but we will all go, oh, but what if? We love to do the what if.
No,
What if? What if? Even in England, people say to me, what, camping? But what about the wolves? What wolves? Who told you there were wolves? Where did you learn about wolves? It's Little Red Riding Hood story. They're just,
No.
you know. So I would really encourage people to have a sense of humor about their own fears, and address them. Don't be afraid to admit that you have fears. Because that's the best way to do it. Like every time I have a fear, I'm like, oh my gosh, I thought I was braver than that, but obviously I'm not. And if you are scared, just honor that fear, but tell yourself the story so you can let go of the fear, not hold on to it. And I think that's a really important message, is to be able to tell yourself to let go of the fear, acknowledge the fear, and then let go. And the other thing that many of us don't do is let go. First of all, we might not even acknowledge, I'm not afraid, I'm just concerned, but I'm not afraid.
Just concerned.
I'm just concerned. And so, in our concern, we're not trying to let go, but it's a real concern.
Hmm.
And because we've convinced ourselves it's a real concern, we're not trying to let go. We're not trying to let go. And so we hold on to it. And this is a hindrance, because as long as we hold on to all of our fears, when we move from England, from Europe to the motherland, and we buy land and we're trying to be pioneers, we're holding on to all of this stuff. It's going to be difficult to make any progress. In the last 2 years, I have had to let go of so many fears, because fear is exhausting,
It's the biggest killer.
absolutely exhausting. It's a
Killer.
dream killer, it's a
Mm.
vision killer,
Hmm.
it's a physical body, mind, spirit, imagination killer. Because as long as you have fears, like, oh, I can't do that because what if? What if?
Hmm.
What if? You could. What if something great happened?
Exactly.
Do you know what I mean? What if you just took your fear, put it down for a little bit, say, listen, fear, I know you're there, but I want to give you a holiday because I need to make progress.
A 5 years
And
holiday.
then I'll give you a holiday. And if you pop up before the 5 years are up, we'll have another conversation. I might extend the holiday. Yeah. And you just keep putting your fear down, and fear will pop up, and you'll say, yo, fear, I'm not ready for you. Sit down.
Still,
I'm
it's still your
moving.
business.
I'm making progress. I'm charting. I'm being a pioneer. Fear, leave me alone.
Yeah. Um.
So I've had to deal a lot with that, with fear. Me and fear, we got a bit of an understanding now,
There's a commonality.
because you can't change the world and stay in your comfort zone. You can't make a difference without stepping out and letting go.
Do you think that people that want to make the transition from the West to the motherland, one of the problems they have, they want to, sometimes they go down there with the same Western thoughts and they're trying to fit a square peg in the wrong hole because different environment, the culture is different, everything is different. And that's where they encounter problems because they're trying to be in England and in Africa at the same time. Do you think that is one of the things that they have to get over in order for them to deal and settle the way you settled it for the past couple of years?
I think it's important to acknowledge what you are bringing with you when you leave Western. But sadly, colonization did not skip Africa at all, at all, at all, at all, at all. So when we come here, like I was saying at the beginning, when we come, let's not complain that it's not England, first of all, or it's not Europe, first of all. And secondly, acknowledge what it is you're bringing. What is it? Like, I want to be comfortable. So I'm not trying to go back to the dark ages.
Stone
I
Ages, yeah.
will I will find a solar panel generator and I will use that. But I like using the grinder. You see, I just think it's really important that people acknowledge what it is that they're bringing to Africa. They have to acknowledge their own colonized mind because if they don't do that, then all the things that they're trying to leave behind will follow them.
You follow them, yes.
Yeah,
Hmm.
will follow them. So I think
Hmm.
it's I don't know about a square peg in a round hole. I think what happens to us when we travel is that we start behaving like the Caucasians. You know, when they go around the world and they expect everyone to speak English and they just expect to change the world's view to be from their perspective. And if the world views not from their perspective, there's a complaint. I cannot tell you how often we complain about how different people on the motherland are to, and it's always a negative complaint. It's always, well, that's not how we do it in England. It never used to be like that in England. And I'd be like, well, why are you here? Return
Mm.
to England and
Mhm.
stay in England. Don't come here and complain. Nobody asked you to come. If you're going to be here, then and then there's the patronizing thing of, well, I'm going to do something for the locals. I'm going to give them a television, which is the worst thing you can do, as opposed to get to know the culture. And it takes time. I would say that's the biggest thing. Take your time to get to know the culture and appreciate the difference. I've had so many debates and discussions and arguments even with people because my way of expressing is very different to their way of expressing. And the way sometimes the men especially expect women to be afraid, they come at you, are you afraid? No. Why are you shouting at me? Oh, madam, I'm not shouting. Yes, you are. You have to come, get to know the culture, and find your authentic self, not the one that's been programmed and shaped and indoctrinated, but the authentic you. Why have you come to this place? What is it you've come to do? What is it you're actually offering the world? Not like a colonizer who thinks I've come to, what do they say?
Civilize
They've
the
come
savages.
to,
Civilize the
yes,
savages.
they've come to civilize the savages. You can't come like that. You can't come like that. You've got to come with the idea that you're going to learn something. That's really important. You are going to learn something. If you come with that frame of mind that this is a university of learning and be open to whatever it is you were going to learn. You can't prescribe what you're going to learn. You just have to be open to it. I mean, I'm taking the mickey out of people complaining, but I was one of them, complaining, 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 and then one day I said, "Well, if you're going to complain so much, what are you doing here?" And I thought, you know what? It's true. I've come here for a
Mm,
reason, and let me take the time to understand the culture. Let me take the time for them to understand me. I think in the beginning I was just frustrated because everybody thought I was rich. But is that a bad thing? I mean, it's only bad because I'm not. But to be thought of as rich is so unusual. I've decided to embrace it.
but of course,
And if
why
someone
not?
says, "Oh, but you're rich," I'll say, "Yes, I am." So then you can give me. I say, "Oh, but it's my money. I'll do with it as I please," because it's their. So I just have to find a sense of humor. Come with a sense of humor. Humor is so important. Come with a sense of humor. Come with a sense of mission. Come with a sense of pioneering energy, and come to communicate and address your fears.
Mm, nice. So, you mentioned in your text that you have been doing a festival for many years. Can you tell us what festival it is and where have you been and where you've been doing it and etc.?
So the festival now is called Inne Argwal African Storytelling Festival. And it started 17 years ago when I had the idea that I wanted to build a storytelling village on the motherland. Uh, when it first started, it wasn't called Inne Argwal, it was called Story Ritual. And it was for
Hmm.
one evening in Oxley's Woods, my favourite woods, and they should change it to Chi Woods. And it was like 4 hours. And we managed to get lots of people, like 90 people turned up. And people loved it. So we had storytelling, walking through the woods. We had poetry. El Crisis was there, and Demella was there. Sandra Agar, she was there. And so we'd have a story running, and every now and again, as we walked through the forest, we'd have a poet jump out from behind the trees, recite a poem, and then disappear, and we would carry on. And as we ventured through the forest, we would chant and sing and dance and chant and sing. It was so beautiful. When people arrived, we would cleanse them. Everybody got a cleanse. They walked through the door of cleansing with sage, white sage, green sage. We taught people the chants and we told people what to expect. And we did our best to make people feel comfortable. It was beautiful. And at the end of it, people said it needs to be longer. Okay, it needs to be more than a few hours. So then we made it 24 hours. It started at dusk in the evening and it finished at dawn in the morning. And people said again, it needs to be longer.
Oh.
And what I love about my people is when they have a revelation, they just share it. There was this one Rasta man who was like, if you see him on the street, he's not, yeah, 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 man, he's tough, he's a tough guy. He said, "Man, no, man, me in the forest, no, man, me not do them things there, me not do them things there." But he was there, he go, "But me love it, man, me love it, me want more, me want more." I was like, oh, wow. So he really allowed himself to be vulnerable in order to let me know that he loved what it was and he wanted more of it. So then it went from 24 hours to, no, yeah, from dawn till dusk until for 2 days. We did a 2 night one in, where was it? Moat Mount, which is North London. We hired the campsite there. It was a council campsite, very cheap. It was open, anyone could walk through. but we claimed the space. And then again, there was a Rasta man there. And Rasta man, please don't get upset with me. I'm not trying to have a go of you, but you're memorable. You're memorable. So there was one guy there. I was really excited. The first time I'd ever done anything like this, the whole weekend. Oh my God. I'd got storytellers. We'd got tents. You could hire a tent. You know, we did a risk assessment. We were very organized. So I was really excited about that. And this guy come and I said, "Oh, is this your first time? Are you excited?" And I was just excited. And he looked at me and said, "Me never want come, and my wife make me come." I was like, "Oh, okay." Burst my bubble, why don't you? Then the next day I saw him. I said, "So how is it for you today?" He said, "It's all right." Okay, thanks. Then the last day, because it was 2 nights, 3 days, 2 nights. The last day, I said, "Oh, you must be pleased. You're going to go home now." He said, "No, man, you have to make it longer. You have to make it longer." I was like, "What?" Wait a minute, my battery's dying. Let me get my power pack.
Okay.
Oh, let's see it. So those kind of transitions are really beautiful. I'm coming.
Okay. No
Just
problem.
see me again in a minute.
Mhm. Yeah. Good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so those kind of transitions in people are wonderful. Really, there was a there was a so then we went from a weekend to, because people said it needs to be longer, so we did it for longer. You know what they say, give the people what they want.
Mm-hmm,
So
mm-hmm,
then we
mm-hmm.
made it 3 nights, then 4 nights, and then 5 nights. I think it was during COVID that we made it 4 nights. And those tickets sold out in 2 weeks. We put them on
Mm.
sale and they were gone. Boom! 2 weeks. It was like time that because it was COVID, we made it as you couldn't come and go. You couldn't come and go. You could only
Mm.
come and at beginning and stay until the end. Whereas
Mm.
previously you could do it one day. Yo, can you hear me? I can't hear you. You're on
I can hear
mute.
you. Yes. I can hear you now. Yes. Yes. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Good. Yes. Good. Yes. You are. Yeah. You was on a roll. I realized things happen, and you know where you are there. Anything can happen. So you know you can come more in the light. You was more in the light a while ago.
Yeah, I was on a different device. Let me see if I put it like.
Hold on, family. Sister Chinyere just getting herself organized. Yes. Yeah.
Is that any better? Not really.
Yeah. Yeah. I guess we'll have to do with that because where you are. Yeah. If you come a little bit more forward, right. No. Put the candle where it was.
No.
No, it's too much. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Okay. Okay. That's good. Okay. So you can see what you were saying. When you put the tickets out all sold in a minute. Well, family, we apologize
Yeah, they got
because
stopped.
yeah, Chinere
Yeah, sorry.
Chinere her device got cut off. Where she is, you know how it is already. So yes, continue, sis.
Hey, there, the bush. Yeah, I'm in the bush, and my battery ran low, so I do apologise. Yes, so for the COVID one, 2018, we put the tickets out. They sold within 2 weeks because we weren't sure that we were going to have one in COVID, but we found a space. They were charging a reasonable price. all the other places, they said they were charging us for a space that took 400 people, but we were only allowed to have 30 people. And I'm
Mm.
like, how are we gonna charge 30 people for 400, a place for 400 people? So, but we found this woman, and she said, first of all, she said we could only have 15 people. I was going, 15 people? Oh, we need more than that. She goes, it's COVID. I go, no, we have to have more than that. She goes, bubble. I goes, oh, we can have a bubble of 30. She said, yes. I goes, but we could have two bubbles of 30. That makes it 60. Anyway, we ended up with 80. So she was very good on that score. And then she said we couldn't have any drums. And I said, we have to have drums. And she said, but the neighbours will complain. So I spoke with the neighbours as my charming self. And they said, no problem. So we told them when we were drumming. And at the end of the 4 days, they came back and said, when are you coming back? When are you coming back? So it was a very successful event. But what that event told me was that it's really good when people come at the beginning and stay for the duration and leave at the end. Whereas before, people have gone, oh, can I do a 1 day pass? We give them a 1 day pass, give the people what they ask for. And at the end of the day, they'll be like, oh, I'd like to extend it. I'd like to extend it. It happened every single time, and it was an administrative nightmare. So we don't do 1 day passes. Just come for the 6 days and enjoy yourself. So, and I say 6 days because that's when the next one is. It's the 23rd to the 28th of July, and it's in Wales, and it's for 6 days. And I've hired out the whole campsite, which is what I do now, so that we can have exclusive space for melanin rich people only. And over the years, when I first started this, I used to get a lot of problems from my people going, oh, you can't exclude white people. That's racism. You can't. I said, for my own health and well-being, I need to exclude them. Because when we're around other people, because of our big heart, we are spend so much time concerned about how they are doing. And we are worried about offending people. And because we spend so much time worried about offending people, we are not dealing with our well-being. Now, when there's nobody else around for us to worry about, then we focus on our health and well-being. And that's the main reason why in their Argyle African Storytelling Festival has to be exclusively melanin rich people, so we can focus on our health and our well-being. So yeah. And now lots of people are doing exclusively melanin rich things only, and it's great. I even talk to Caucasian people, and I say, if you've got any melanin rich friends, invite them along. Of course they always want to come. Oh my god, it sounds amazing, can I come? Are you melanin rich? No. There's your answer. I've got friends every year, they say to me, can we come this year? Are you melanin rich this year? No. Okay. So just sticking with it, sticking with it, sticking with it, sticking with it. And I know the other thing that is an issue is that there are some people that struggle to tell Caucasian people that this is not for them. They say, oh, like I've had one person was saying, oh, yeah, no, but these white people, they're very spiritual, and I feel uncomfortable telling them that they're not invited. My response is, if they're spiritual, then they will back you and they will say, I get it. How can I help support this event so that you melanin rich people can get the healing that you need? Number one. And if they don't want to back you, then they're not as spiritual as you think they are. You understand? So you should never feel, you should put it to the test. Always test it. But these are good white people. If they're good white people, they're going to be on your side. Recently, so I've ordered some yurts. YURTS. They're very beautiful tents. Um, Mongolian people used to live in them, nomadics. And I ordered it from an organization, and the leader of the organization is a Caucasian man. And he tried to bring his price down by saying, well, if you give us a couple of tickets for your event, then we don't have to travel to your event, come back, come back again to pick up at the end. We could just come, stay, and then pick up at the end, and that cuts your travel in half. That's what he said. And I said to him, oh, that's a really lovely thought, but our event is strictly for melanin rich people for our healing and our well-being. And he said, excellent. It's long overdue. I've got melanin rich people in my family, and I've got melanin rich people that I work with. When he gave me the final bill, I said to him, ooh, that's quite a high. Is there any way that the melanin rich people in your organization could come and erect these yurts and they stay, thereby cutting the transport costs in half? And he said he'd look into it, and that's what he's done. He's spoken to the melanin rich people in his organization, and they're going to come along and erect these yurts. And it means because of him taking the time to do that, we get our transport costs cut in half. That's quite a significant amount. That's 750 quid. So when Caucasian people say they're on your side, you put them to the test. And that's what we did. And my guy passed the test. Definitely. So I give
Mm.
thanks. His response was, do you understand what I'm saying?
I was always saying, yes,
Yeah.
cool, yes.
Always always put them to the test. If you're saying that you want to collaborate, put them to the test. Because a lot of people have got word sound, but when it actually comes down to it, it's the same with all of the events. I say to the landowners, we want the space exclusively. And they'll say, no problem, no problem. Then the event begins and they want to walk through. So this time I asked for a retainer. And the retainer is to ensure that you don't walk through. And if you do walk through, we keep the retainer. And I've not done that before, but I did it this time. And
Okay,
I'm happy.
okay.
I'm happy to have done that. And I think something that we should consider if you want an exclusive space. First of all, know that you are worthy of what it is you desire. Because sometimes we're like, oh, but yeah, is it right? Is it fair? Is it blah, 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 blah. Yeah, it's fair. It's right. Consider what we've been through as a people, as a community. Consider how loving and forgiving we are. Consider how talented and strong and amazing that we are, given all that we are going through and gone through. And consider what we need to be the best version of ourselves. And sometimes that requires exclusivity. When people say
100%.
to me, yeah, but you don't like being left out, I don't. I've been left out of Caucasian lifestyle for so long. I'm not bothered as long as I get what I need.
Mm. Oh, by the way, this that interview is for educational purposes only. So it's just for entertainment, educational purposes only. So do you find that your your event every year, do you find that spiritually it have helped many people find themselves in a better place, more harmonizing with who they are, acceptance of accepting who they are?
I would say that the Inner Argo Storytelling Festival over the years has made a real big difference to people's lives and their outlook and how they are in the world. one of the things that people do now, like there's a number of people that didn't do outdoor stuff. You know, I met women. They were wearing high heel shoes, tight dress. Now you see them. They've still got the high heel shoes and the pretty dress, but they've also got the walking shoes and the outfit. They spend a lot of time in nature. Some of them are even running walking groups and outdoor expeditions because it does feed the spirit to be connected with the outdoor environment and to be able to be outdoors and be joyful with it as opposed to fearful makes all the difference. Like Oxley's Woods, I mentioned it earlier on, aka Chi Woods. When I first went there, because I said to myself, one of the things I am terrified of is walking in the forest at night by myself. So I'm going to overcome that. And so the first time I went there, I think I might have done a minute, ran in, ran out, in, out. Oh! Then the next time, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, until I could do a couple of hours, until I got to the place where I was no longer afraid. And nothing in the forest has changed. The only thing that's changed is me. And that's the same for the people. They come, the first time they come camping, there was one sister, the first time she came camping, she camped in the communal camping tent. And then she hired a tent. And then over the years, she went and bought her own tent and she goes camping outside of in their Argyle. But when she first started camping, she was afraid to camp. She was afraid of everything. Um, and she got over a lot of fears. And that has translated into the rest of her life. See, for me, everything is spiritual. And that
Hmm.
being overcoming of fear is definitely a spiritual act. And I've seen that in lots of people coming, just being in this space, relaxing. There's one elder, she comes. We have a whole program of storytellers and performers and artists, an opportunity to interact. But there's one elder, she comes every year and she puts up her tent. She comes with her grandchildren. She sits outside of her tent and she just chills. And I say to her, there's a lot of stuff you can get involved with that we've got. There's a whole program of things that you've paid for. She said, no, this is my healing. Just sitting here, watching my grandchildren interacting in a village vibration. That's spiritual. We talk about the village, the spirit of the village, but the spirit of the village needs a physical space. And the spirit of the village is made up of all the individuals. And whenever we've had a problem in their Argyle, the spirit of the village comes together to solve the problem. It's like we're just activated. Once we're in the space, we remember. We remember what it is to be part of the village. No one has to train us. No one has to remind us. We just need to be in that environment. And because now we've risen, evolved spiritually, we're feeling a lot braver in the world. We're taking chances. We're setting up our own businesses. We're working with people. We're being more collaborative. Our ego is not taking a front seat, it's sitting behind our spirit. Our spirit leads and our ego follows. And that's the order that needs to be in. And I've seen that happening over and over and over again. I've seen people arriving full of vexation, but by the end of the day, they've let go of the city and they're embracing this new environment, this out of my comfort zone environment. I've seen grown men throw themselves on the floor saying, I don't want to leave. And their wife saying, but it's finished. No, I want to stay here. I want to live like this. I want to be, because we know in our heart, in our spirit, this is how we're supposed to live, in close proximity. So we don't have to be calling people up, making big arrangements. You can just open your front door and say, yo, have you got any Gary? You have any fufu? Do you have okra? Do you have any tomatoes? Yeah. I'm coming over for pounded yam and egusi soup. We should be in that kind of proximity with each other, interacting with each other daily. Whereas if you see somebody weekly, it's like, wow, that's regular. We spend more time with strangers than we do with people that we know. And that spiritually is restrictive. It holds
Mm.
us back. It stops our spirit from flying, from evolving, from growing, because we spend more time with people that we don't know than we do with people that we do know and we love and we care about. That affects how our spirit grows. But in that short time, there's a lot that happens. And it really hurts me that we come to the end of it and then we all go home and, well, we all go back to where we came from and there's a gap. Yeah, there's a gap. We missed that. We
Something
missed it
missing.
in there. Yeah, something's missing because now we've tasted it and we're like, that's what's been missing. And now we know what's missing. It's hard to keep living in this way because now we know how we're supposed to live.
Still, yeah.
Mm.
Sister Chinyere, I think I would like to have another interview with you again because it's about an hour plus now, and I want to break it in two. So I would like you to give me a date where we can have a part two of the interview where we'll be building from where we are now. So I'm
Okay.
enjoying it. Yes. So
And now I know that everyone can see me. I will get, lights, action, makeup, costume.
no, you look great how you are. It's okay. It's good. You look great how you are. I like the suspense. In you in the dark.
Yeah, so maybe we could do it if it's going to be a daytime. It would have to be. We could do it in the daytime next week in the daytime. Then
Yeah, that
I
would
can
be.
show you
Yeah,
a
that
little
would be
bit of the
great.
land. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, I can show you around a little bit.
Yeah, that would be great. Yes, because next time we can expand, talk about spirituality, the importance of
Mm.
it, and build up from there. But what you give me there, I almost feel like I am in the Garden of Eden, the way you started the conversation. So I'm looking forward in us building again, and in a part two, and for you to even demonstrate for us some of your poems that you say in your event, and we can take it from there next time. That would be nice.
Okay, bless you so
Bless
much,
you.
Shango. Thank you for the
Yes,
invite, and I love talking about this and what I do. I love talking about it. So I give thanks for the opportunity to spend all of this time talking and you listening and asking questions. Thank you.
you're welcome. So, Djeli Chinyere, we'll speak again soon. Nice talking to you. We'll catch up next time. Thank you.
Bless you.
Bless you. Okay, cool.